welcome here to the home of the Smalling Champion and of course Ferrari's biggest fan, as is the time to start the brand new season, the 2026-2026 Formula 1 World Championship. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah! So are you guys excited over here? Of course you must be. So as you know, we will start down under for the second year running over here for the first Grand Prix of the season, the Australian Grand Prix, and in this exclusive race introduction we will tell you everything about what to expect, as lots of things, pretty much everything will be changing. Not just, for example, my handsome haircut, not just the new fashion, but for example, we also have the brand new calendar that you can see now in the two formats, especially this 3D format. We absolutely love it, and you know, but it's mostly about the new regulations, the new way, of course, to go racing, some of the new rules, as well. So we will introduce everything to you. We also have a new team, some returning and new drivers, as well. So plenty to look at, and of course we will show it to you once again in the Scuderia Red Retina iMac over here, and we are very excited about the season, and we definitely hope that this will be the year that will see us finally win the Constructors and especially the Drivers' Championship with either Charles Leclerc, who obviously has gotten married, and that's one of the biggest news. We will also in the race introduction tell you about the news. So Charles Leclerc, renting that 1957, I believe, Testarossa to go through the Monaco and to marry his long-time partner. So it would be definitely great if he could become a new world champion, or will it be Lewis Hamilton breaking the Formula 1 records? We will definitely see. So I hope you guys are excited, and we will pretty much follow still the very similar format, but it will be enhanced, it will be improved, just like the overall show in the Formula 1. So you will once again have the race introduction, and that will be during the free practice 1, until obviously the new F1 26 simulator obviously is released, which there will be lots of different ways of obviously how we go racing, so we have to wait for that. And then during free practice 2, we will do the hot lab, where we will jump into the cockpit of the SF1000T 818 Formula 1 Racing Simulator that you can see here to my left, and we will show you how to master the Albert Park street circuit. And then for free practice 3 on the traditional Saturday, you will see the red hot lab, the fastest lap I've done, of course, when I was doing during the concurrent season. I will be doing the 2025 season at the same time. It's almost the same schedule, so it will be very, very exciting. And then we will see the qualifying at the same time. We'll show you how well we qualify, and then you will see the Grand Prix. And of course, we definitely hope that we will be winning some trophies. That's why there are plenty of trophies, over here as well. And the main reasons why we, of course, have the trophies over here is, as you can guess, because it will then tell us exactly how many, how successful we were. So we will also tell you not just how successful Scuderia Ferrari was here at Albert Park circuit and all of the 24 great tracks of the Formula 1 calendar, but also how well I've done there. And then 24 hours after the race, we will have the exclusive race reaction, perhaps hopefully for all of the races of the season. We will see, as we obviously will probably do a lot of the traveling in this special FIFA Club World Cup year as well. So we will see how it goes. And yeah, so let's start off it. So this is the format. I hope you guys will enjoy it, and again, feel free to again let me know how you like it. But yeah, I hope I will definitely be aiming for the Formula 1 Drivers' Championship, as I'm aiming to become the 5-star Formula 1 World Champion. So over here, let's start with the setup. So now you know how we will do the videos, and for the setup we keep it kind of the same, but you can see that we put the trophies that we've already won in Australia here behind that original setup with the trophy and the Ferrari logo. And then obviously for the race reaction, we hope that there will be that Olympic golden medal, which I think you can see a little bit behind behind that brand new shiny calendar that we have for the 2026 season. And speaking of the calendars, we have very lovely calendar there over here in the 3D definition, so definitely check out the videos where we highlight them in a beautiful sunny days, and you can see basically all of the tracks, which we will introduce it to you so that you can see how that calendar will go. We also have as you can probably tell, kind of a brand new haircut, and also you can see the new Scuderia Ferrari fashion. So let me know how you like it. I think we have again 4 different sets, just like we had the previous 2 seasons, and we of course always start with the Ferrari team shirt. I think this design, for example, is one of the best, even though I still prefer the 2024 design because of that HP logo, which clearly doesn't fit in. But overall, it looks really good. It reminds me of Michael Schumacher's years. You can see we also, this shirt actually is the most comfortable of them all, because here on the side, it actually features what you see on, for example, football jerseys or the sports jerseys, basically, that kind of the mesh section from the polyester, which, is pretty handy once you, are racing it, in order to always stay cool. So, that would be, about the fashion. And now let's take a look over here. We will turn around the Scuderia Retrotina IMAC to show you, the Australia Albert Park circuit and some of the changes. So, over here, let's take a look at it. So over here, I'll turn it nicely around for you. I hope you can, see it just fine. And let's take a look at it. So Australia and the Albert Park circuit. So let's start with the calendar. So on the official Scuderia Ferrari website, this is the 2026-2026 Formula 1 World Calendar, and you can see actually here we are based in Taiwan. They actually are able to make these amazing calendars where you can design them, and you can have the frame, of course, but especially the design of the background all in red. They will even put the real car, even though it will be from the previous season. So you can see that Hamilton is being featured there over there, and it's basically 3D. All of the tracks, they also are basically the track maps. They are nicely in the 3D kind of the resolution, with all the dates. So that you stay again on track. But if you don't have that, you can head to the Ferrari website. So we will start at the Albert Park in Melbourne, and then we will go to the Chinese Grand Prix in Shanghai. Then we will continue to Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka. That is for the month of March. The month of April, currently, as we are recording this race introduction at the beginning of March, it is unclear. Bahrain Grand Prix should come next, and then as the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. But there is a huge tension in the Middle East. That's one of the biggest news. But thankfully, Australian Grand Prix, will go ahead. Some of the stuff will obviously get down under with delays, but they will get there. That's the most important thing. And then we will go in May to the United States for the Miami Grand Prix. And after that, we will head to the Canadian Grand Prix. So we will basically, stay over there in the North America, and then come back at the end of the May for the Monaco Grand Prix, where hopefully Charles Leclerc will be leading the championship. Then we will go to the Spanish Grand Prix or the Catalan Grand Prix for the Barcelona race, and then we will go to the Red Bull Ring for the Austrian race, and that will be around our birthday. And then as the July starts, we will go to the Great Britain for Silverstone, and then Belgian Spa-Francorchamps, and then we will go to Hungary to the Budapest, after which we will have a long summer break, and then the return to the Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. The Italian Grand Prix will be round 15. Obviously, we definitely hope to win at Monza with our brand new engine, and then there will be the new Grand Prix, which is the Spanish Grand Prix, as you can see over here as well, in Madrid. So we will see how that will go, and then the rest of the calendar, pretty much rounds 17 to 24 is the same. So we will go to Azerbaijan Grand Prix, to Baku, Singapore Grand Prix in Singapore, and then we will go to the United States Grand Prix for the Austin race in October, Mexico Grand Prix in Mexico City, then Brazilian Grand Prix in Sao Paulo and the Interlagos circuit in November. Then we will go to one of our favorites, the Las Vegas Grand Prix and the Las Vegas Strip circuit, and then Qatar Grand Prix, hopefully taking place in Qatar and winning the championship, or already celebrating for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in Yas Marina. We hope again all of these races will take place. So let's start the championship with the Australian Grand Prix here at the Albert Park circuit. Okay, so let's take a look at it. It looks pretty nice, doesn't it? And this is the track, right? So you can see in 1996 it made it to the calendar. There will be 57 laps, and the lap record over here is held by Charles Leclerc. Now obviously there are lots of changes over here. And so we will see, just how fast the cars will be able to go. Because with regards, to the news, so we will introduce, this circuit, to you in a great detail in the hub lab. So definitely stay tuned. You can see that there are lots of different sectors, but there will be 3 sectors, 14 different turns, but there will be no DRS anymore. That's one of the big changes. We now have the active arrow, so you can open up the front or the rear wing. You can actually open it up, spin it all the way around, like we can do, like only Scuderia Ferrari can do. I think that could be, one of the factors we will be, the champions this year. And also, the engine is now 50% battery, so you get almost 500 horsepower, 470 to be precise, from the battery alone, and the internal combustion engine without the MGUH, the motor generated unit heat, now still providing the 470 horsepower, pretty much throughout the race. But you will have to, always make sure you have that battery. Now you might be wondering, so what happened to the DRS? Well, there will actually be the overtake mode, where you can get the extra amount, from the battery if you're running within a second, behind the car. So, every power unit should have that power so that you are able to deploy it. But basically, it's not just on a straight, you can deploy it anywhere you want to kind of smash past, I believe, it's, you can get, the extra power for, I believe about 10 seconds a lap, if I'm not, mistaken. That will be pretty much, one of the biggest changes, that we have over here in the Formula 1. The cars are also 20 centimeters, and 10 centimeters, smaller in terms of obviously, the width and the length, which is also very important. And they are also about 20 kilos lighter. So that should be pretty good for the overtaking. But again, it is a brand new Formula, and we will see, will that be another fight between Ferrari and Mercedes? We will see. Red Bull now making their own engines, Audi also making, their own engine, and so is Honda, which is making the engines for Aston Martin, and obviously they struggle massively in the testing. So yeah, that would be about the new regulations over here. So we will see again, when I will show you the hub lab, obviously it will be different way to tackle it. But look at Melbourne, how beautiful it looks like. So let's take a look over here. I'm sure you cannot wait for some sunny opener, unlike the rainy race that we had last year. And for Scuderia Ferrari, we won here 11 times, so we will be aiming to complete a dozen of victories. And of course, we also had 7 pole positions. So Michael Schumacher has won this race the most times, 4 times. That I will be actually aiming, to replicate his amazing success with the most beautiful cars in the world. And then we have 11 fastest laps and 27 podiums, which pretty much tells you that we are, just like we were kind of said last year, we're definitely aiming for the podium. I think that, the starting procedure also will be slightly different, because obviously due to the nature of the new power unit, I think as Scuderia Ferrari, we will have a blistering start, which could really help with the race strategy, especially if some of the partner teams, especially Haas, will also be able to overtake the competition at the beginning. So over here, this will be now the introduction to the Albert Park circuit, and yes, you can see again. A great circuit. I myself have, of course, won it 3 times, which is why we have the 3 shiny Formula 1 Grand Prix winner trophies. And I will be aiming for the 4th one. I will tell you about that in a bit. Now, which drivers will be competing in this year's championship? So we don't have the 20 drivers that we have pretty much, for the past decade, but now we have 22, because we have a brand new team. Of course, Cadillac, second American team joining the grid. So of course, we have Charles Leclerc, number 16, and Lewis Hamilton, number 44. We definitely hope one of them, will be the world champion. That would be absolutely amazing. Here, so let's take a look at the Formula 1 drivers for the 2026 season. You can find it nicely over here at the official Formula 1 website. So we will have Pierre Gasly, number 10 for Alpine, partnered by Franco Colapinto, number 43. For Aston Martin Honda, Fernando Alonso, 10 years after what happened with McLaren, he will try his luck with the Honda engine again. Number 14, Lance Stroll, the son of the owner of the Aston Martin, number 18 is his teammate. Audi now all completed over Sauber, so Nico Hulkenberg number 27, Gabriel Bortoleto number 5 will now be in the Adidas Audi colors. And the new team, Cadillac, obviously they will also have our Ferrari engines. The battle of the number 2, Sergio Perez, and number 11, Valtteri Bottas, number 77. You know, they better pick different helmets because their numbers look almost the same. Obviously, we have Leclerc and Hamilton here, as we said. Then we have Esteban Ocon, number 31, Oliver Bearman, number 87 for the Haas team, also sponsored by the Ferrari engines. Great choice by them. The new world champion is Lando Norris, so he will have number 1. And then 81, Oscar Piastri. Look at that, he already put that number 1. I think he is thinking he's going to win 8 championships, but I think, you know, the McLaren's run will be over here, because I expect the Works team dressed in the Adidas uniforms, the Mercedes with George Russell, number 63, and Andrea, Kimi, Antonelli, 12 will probably be our biggest rivals. Now, we so far still haven't gotten to a rookie. Yes, so Liam Lawson, number 30, racing for Racing Bulls, and Arvid Lindberg, number 41, is pretty much the only rookie over here. So I guess the rookie of the year already goes to him. Max Verstappen finally dethroned, so he cannot beat Michael Schumacher's record of consecutive, obviously, victories for the championships. You know, but he could still win 5 for Red Bull, and that would be, you know, pretty much, you know, that would equal how many world championships Michael Schumacher has won for Scuderia Ferrari, our childhood hero. Verstappen now racing with number 3 of his old teammate Daniel Ricciardo, and he will be partnered by Isack Hadjar, who will have his number 6. And I do believe, you know, that the Red Bull will be struggling a little bit with their power unit. They are being supported by the Ford as well. Carlos Sainz, number 55, you know, staying obviously at Williams, powered by the Mercedes engines, and Alexander Albon, number 23. So these are all of your drivers, and yeah, we should say the only other change over here, the Alpine will also use the Mercedes engine, so that might help them propel them up the table. Now let's take a look at the racing team. So Scuderia Ferrari over here, you know, we will be aiming over here to finally, you know, win the Constructors' Championship, you know, for the first time since 2008, and the driver's title for the first time since 2007. Has been a long time coming, and I think with some of the great innovations with the active aero, and I believe also with the battery deployment, especially how fast we can start. You know, we've set the fastest time of testing by 0.8 seconds. So again, you know, high expectations, and it's basically, you know, we really want to win the title in 2022. You know, the 2022 season we should have won. You know, and sadly, you know, we were not able to fend off the Red Bull, who obviously kind of broke, you know, that cost cap rules, but you know, that was a pity, because that championship should have been ours, and I don't think we will be making the same mistake. If yes, I definitely see Vasser, our team principal, not continuing, and Lewis Hamilton probably retiring. So, you know, also a lot at stake definitely this season. So Cadillac, the new team over here. So Ferrari, that's Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, and Cadillac, that's Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas. Now for the F1 Formula 1 teams for the 2026-2026 season, Alpine now with Mercedes engine. So once again, Pierre Gasly, Franco Colapinto, Aston Martin, Fernando, Alonso, Lance Stroll using Honda power now, and Williams using Mercedes power, Carlos Sainz and Alexander Albon. Audi using their own power, Nico Hulkenberg, Gabriel Bortoleto, they expected to struggle. Now, obviously, we talk about the new team and the best team, and then we have the Haas Formula 1 team using the Ferrari power, Esteban Ocon, Oliver Bearman, the reigning Constructors champions, McLaren with the reigning world champion Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri retaining their Mercedes power, and Mercedes obviously coming with their own power, trying to power to victory with George Russell or Andrea, Kimi, Antonelli. Racing Bulls, Liam Lawson stays partners, the rookie of the year, Arvid Lindberg, powered by the Red Bull Racing powertrains, or in collaboration with Ford and Red Bull Racing, Max Verstappen, Isack Hadjar. So yes, we are definitely looking forward to it. So this is pretty much the introduction to the race in Australia. You've seen the teams, you've seen the drivers in their brand new, you know, uniform. It's very interesting that Hamilton still retains the 2025 on the official Formula 1 website, but you can see, you know, this is the proper color. You know, that's how, yeah. I absolutely love it, because this is the proper Scuderia Ferrari color. So yeah, you guys, with regards, you know, to how well we will do in Australia, so this is the championship. for the Smiling Side Champion, definitely, check out, as we will be racing over here. There's again a lot to stake because I can equal Michael Schumacher's record of 4 victories here at the Albert Park circuit. I won here 3 times, obviously, last year, the 2024 season, and I won in 2010 as well as in 2017. So I always won, didn't win, and won. So I hope that I can break that kind of the run going. And yes, we will be aiming for our 3rd pole position over here. But actually, we've always qualified in the top 3. Actually, twice we qualified on the 3rd position. And once we were 2nd, so definitely, I want to make sure that I'm the pole sitter, the guy, and we will be also, during the season, then telling you, for example, just how many pole positions we obviously have. At the moment we have 69 pole positions, and in terms of the race victories, we will be aiming, for a very special 60th win for the Scuderia Ferrari, and of course, we will also be aiming over here. To get the fastest lap, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken over here, that should be our 60th, 61st. So definitely a lot at stake. As you can see, we are chasing Michael Schumacher's records over here, and the fastest lap, here at Australia, that will be our 3rd. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. So that was the race introduction over here from our new home sweet home. So let me know how you like it. We are very, very exciting. We cannot wait to see how this new generation of the Formula 1 cars will perform. I'm sure it will be a huge change from the last season. Probably the biggest change probably since 2009, I would say. So there could be some big surprises. And I'm really looking forward to it. Again, we were fastest in testing. I'm sure we will be fastest in Melbourne. So all I can say is, are you ready to race? Of course you are! So everybody, let's get that Australian Grand Prix down and started. It starts obviously on the 8th of March, and we cannot wait to see some amazing victories of Scuderia Ferrari. We love Formula 1, we love racing, we love Ferrari. Forza Ferrari!